Hi, Catherine and Steve. You'll have to excuse my voice. I hope you understand whatever I'm about to say to you about this problem area. Hey, guys. Hey. That we have. It is on the limits of our property. It is in the area where the barn is going to be. I'm making a video so I can explain and give you another perspective. I'm also having some pictures done. If you can see, this is where the barn will be, and just at the left of it we have this ditch. It kind of changed shape in time because of the rain. Right now a lot of earth has been collected from the hills because the water debit was a lot this season, so the ditch it's a little bit taller than we had it before the rain. Tall, I mean the bottom has risen because of the debris that accumulated on the bottom of the ditch, and you'll have to excuse the garbage that has been brought by the water. Before we came here, our relatives didn't collect the garbage in a civilized manner. They just throw them in this ditch, and the water came and washed it all down from there all the way down there, clogging the fence. The water should have gone through the fence. We have a lot of problem now, because if we have another big rain, I'm afraid the water will take and the debris will take the fence down. Anyway, this is not the problem here. Now we're gonna see whatever we can do about this. As you can see, the fence is the property, the limits of the property. Like, this is where our land starts. Unfortunately, there is a lot of area of the fencing area that has now holes here on this side and on the other side. I mean, the water has simply dug its way and made like some hole. As you can see, this is on the other side of the fence, and until the ground starts over there is this ditch also. So if we're gonna build, I'm afraid we're gonna have to find a solution to rebuild the fence in this area that is constantly moving in shape because of all the water that is digging the ground underneath the fence. As you can see, this fence was built on the soil level, but it is now not on the soil level. We had to put those things there just to be able to cover the holes underneath the fence that are made now from the water whenever it's raining. And there are trees everywhere. We didn't want to cut these trees, but we'll have to, of course, do a serious cleaning of everything that is not in the right place and that is old and maybe dry. You can see that because of the soil always being swept away by the freaking water, you can see the trees lose their grip on a side, and because of their weight they tend to not to be in the right straight position. We're going to have to do something about that. Maybe cut these old, very tall and very heavy trees and just plant new ones that can grow straight and we can control their growth. There is some sort of tree I've heard called let me remember, Paulonia trees, who apparently have great roots to consolidate the ground, and they grow very fast. Like in 3 years from planting you can harvest these trees for their wood and stuff, so they have a very high rate of growth, and are also used are imported in Romania. The ground here is very clay-like. It is actually it's clay, and I have no idea how to consolidate and how to build a fence on the part that most of this area is actually has ditches on both sides now, because of all the water and the earth that has eroded in time. Sorry. And now we're going to go at the other end of the fence, and you can see the earth is not so slopey there, at least on a side. You can see we have some wood here from the trees that we've been trimming, but still there is lots more to do in trimming of the trees and all the vegetation around here. So we have, this is the area that water comes from there underneath this table that was built especially to let the water come underneath, and in this area it comes and it drains, just goes through the fence, which is not a proper fence for this thing, to let the water fall, especially now that we had to cover all the holes so that the dogs don't get out. We need a metal fence here, definitely, at least in this portion of the fence. And the water just goes there into the ditch outside the yard and eventually gets to the spring that runs all across this valley. And so in this area you can all see that there is here an area that is flat, going to where the barn will start there, just beyond this old stable here. And in this area we have a little bit of a sloping ground that I have to climb to get on top. Let me do it. A little bit of poop. Okay, so we have this fence. As you can see, this part has a ground to stay on. This here, I don't know if I can film very well. It has a ground. The problem is in the other side, where there is no ground to sustain the fence, and we can't build where the ground starts, because we're gonna have to build on someone else's land and they will not allow. So whatever we do, we have to do with that. There'll be like half of the fence will have ditch on each side. We're like gonna have to build on the middle of the ditch, and that's the problem, because the water will constantly dig underneath the fence and create the problem. So we'll have to build, like, I don't know, somehow some foundation, some concrete foundation for that area, that half of the fence. And for the edges of this ditch, I'm thinking, I don't know, some wire, some stone, like the one they use to consolidate the mountain walls and things like that, because the water just keeps taking out earth from here. From here you can see now the roots. Normally you should not see these roots, it's just that the ground just eroded and eroded in time every time the rain came.